Well, we're going to do this as a traditional shiur, and we're going to start with a question. Right? I got to start with a question. So we're going to start with the following question. We all know that the name of the Chag is Purim. Purim. Why is it called Purim? Well, the Megillah tells us right then and there. Right? Because of the Pur. He peeled Pur. Haman drew lots. He threw lots to find out which day would be auspicious, what would be a good day to destroy the Jewish people. He peeled Pur, Miyom Yom, Chodesh Chodesh, and it came out in the month of Adar. And the Megillah says, Al Kain, the holiday is called Purim, Al Shem HaPur, because of the lot that he threw. Wonderful. We know that the names of the Yamim Tovim all signify the essence, the mahut of what the Chag is about. Right? Sukkot. Ki basukot shati b'nei Yisrael ananei kavod. We had Sukkot. It's called Sukkot. Right? Pesach, Asher Pasach Hashem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu jumped over the houses of b'nei Yisrael and he saved them. Pesach, Asher Pasach, Chanukah, Tamizbeach. I get it. Yom Kippur, Kapara, Atonement. Wonderful. Purim, the whole essence of the holiday is the fact that Haman happened to throw a lot and made a lottery to figure out what dates. That's the whole day. That's the essence. That summarizes everything we need to know about Purim is this lottery. Well, how is that the essence of the day? And if it is the essence of the day, so then the pasuk doesn't make sense. It says, Al Kain, therefore. The holiday is called Purim, Al Shem HaPur, because of the lottery. Pur is Lashon Yachid, a singular. He did a Pur, he did a lottery. So if it's because Haman did a Pur, and it's because of Haman's Pur, his lottery, call the holiday Pur, because of Haman's Pur. I know. You're already buying your matzot and wine for Pesach. Pesach should be called Pur, because when you're finished buying everything, you're Pur. Right? It should be called Pur. Why Purim? It wasn't two lots, it was one lot. So why the plural? That's our question. Now, how do the Jewish people answer a question? We ask another question. Right? What's the point of the other question? You ask a second question. The second question you know the answer to. You spend all your time talking about the second question. By the time I'm done with the shiur, you'll have forgotten the first question, and then we go home. That's how it works. We'll try and answer the first question anyway. But let's go to a second question. The Gemara asks, it says, Haman min ha-Torah minayin. Where do we have a remez? Where do we have a hint? Where do we have an allusion right to Haman in the Chamisha Chumshei Torah and the Torah proper? Is there any hint of Esther min ha-Torah minayin? Where is there a hint of Esther? Haster, Aster, I'll hide my face. Is there an allusion? Is there a remez to Haman? And the Gemara says, yeah, sure. You know what the allusion is? In Bereshit, right after the Chet of the Eitz HaDa'at, HaKadosh Baruch Hu confronts Adam and Chava, and he says, Hamin ha'etz asher tziviticha, did you eat from the tree that I told you not to eat from? Hamin ha'etz asher tziviticha, the tree that I commanded you, did you eat it? Hamin, Haman, we have a remnant to Haman. That seems to be a little, it's cute, you know. Purim, Torah, Haman, Hamin. But if the Torah, if the Gemara is asking a remez, a hint, an allusion, that doesn't mean where do we find the letters Hey, Men, Good. Right? It means there's an allusion, there's an essence, there's a sense. Esther, Aster, I'll hide my face. Esther hid herself from you. You can see a lot of connection between Lahastir, to hide, and Esther, Malka. I get it. What does Hamin ha'etz hazeh, what does Haman have to do with the chet, the sin of Adam and Chava that they ate from the Eitz HaDa'at in Gan Eden? And as a matter of fact, Chazal tell us, right, it says, when they hung Haman, talu al ha'etz. What do you mean they hung him on the eitz? Told al eitz, they threw him on a tree. So the simple chat is they hung him on the tree that he prepared for Mordechai. Says the Midrash, you know what tree they hung him on? Ha'etz HaDa'at! That tree! He was hung on the Eitz HaDa'at. There's a connection between what Haman wanted to do and what Adam and Chava did. did wrong. Ribono shel olam, how can you compare the two? Adam and Chava were in Gan Eden. Why did they eat from the Eitz Hadat? Because the Nachash convinced them that Hitem Kelokim, Yodei Tovara, you'll be like God. It was a chait that we don't even understand what the sin was. Why did they want to eat them? They wanted da'at, they wanted knowledge, they wanted to get closer to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, okay? So they shouldn't have, they did it the wrong way, they meant well. How come a lot of Jews kill a lot of people for no good reason? He was a terrible guy. This is genocide for some drunk lunatic. So how can you compare the sin of Adam and Chava, Eitz Hada'at, and Haman, Talot al Ha'ej? Yeah, he also had a sin. How can you compare the two sins? It's the difference of day and night. What kind of comparison is it? That's our second question. So, to answer it, they tell a story of this guy that he decided he wants to learn a little bit about business. He's a young fella, doesn't even know how the business world works, or how you make deals, and how you buy, and how you sell. So he decided he's going to go out to the marketplace, and he's going to watch a business deal and see what goes on. So he goes out to the market, and he sees there's a farmer there selling a horse. And he looks like a nice horse. He says, oh, how much you want for that horse? He said, oh, $500, nothing, and not a dime. $500 for this horse. Okay, watch this. And so a guy comes up. He asks for how much you want for the horse. The guy says $500. And this businessman says, $500, I'll give you $10. It's pretty crazy. Why do you say, and the man wants $500. Why did you offer him $10? So, well, let's see what's going on. He says, $10, you crazy? $500, okay, $400. Nothing less than $400. Oh, that's $20. Right, back and forth. $100, they make a deal. The guy gives him $100, walks off with the horse. I don't get it. The man said, it's a $500 horse. Why did he sell it for $100? And this guy said, it's not worth more than $10. Why did you give him $100? I don't understand it. He says, I got to figure this out. I don't know how business works. He goes to the farmer. He says, Mr. Farmer, I don't understand. You said it's a $500 horse. Why did you sell a $500 horse for only $100? Didn't you just lose money? He said, son, you don't understand how business works. Look at the horse. It's lame. Look, it's limping. The horse is a lame horse. The horse is a limping horse. It's not worth anything. I just made $100. Oh, that's clever. I see. Oh, very smart. So he goes up to the businessman and said, you said it wasn't worth more than $10. You gave $100, and it's a lame horse. Look, it's limping in his foot. You got fooled. You wasted your money. What kind of stupid business? What kind of businessman are you? He goes, son, you don't understand how the business world works. I know it's limping. Look at the foot carefully. There's a nail in the horse's hoof. It's limping because there's a nail there. If you take the nail out, it won't limp. And it's a wonderful horse. I made a great deal. He goes, oh, wow, that's smart. He goes back to the farmer and says, Mr. Farmer, you messed up. Look, the horse is limping, but there's a nail in the foot of the horse. It's not really lame. He goes, son, you don't understand how it works. I put a nail in the foot of the horse. So people would think that it's limping because of the nail, but it's not really, it's really lame. He goes, oh, wow. So he goes back to the businessman and says, Mr. Businessman, you got fooled, you messed up. The man put the nail in the foot and it's not lame, you wasted your money. He goes, you don't understand how it works. The $100 bill I gave him, it was counterfeit. We look at a world and we don't know what we're seeing. We don't know what we're looking at. Look at our bank accounts. We eat our vitamins. We see our hospitals. We see our armies. We talk our politics. Do you know what we're really looking at? Do we know what we're really seeing? Do you know what really protects us? Do you know what really makes us healthy? What was Amalek? Haman was Amalek. Chazal tell us, when Mordechai went, and Esther Malka wanted to Mordechai, why are you wearing sackcloth? Why are you walking around like that? What happened? What's going on? So she sends Hatach to ask him what's going on. And Mordechai says, tell Esther Malka, says, tell her, call Asher Karahu, whatever happened. Says in Midrash, Karahu, Ben Beno Shel Karahu, the grandson of Karahu, is attacking us. What does that mean? Amalek. Amalek asher karcha baderech. When Amalek attacks the Jewish people, it says asher karcha baderech. One of the translations of asher karcha baderech from mikre, chance, by chance. It just happens. Things happen. Kollel Yisrael saw 10 makot. They saw Kriyat Yam Suf. There's Hashgacha Pratit. God runs the world. And here Amalek said, nah, God doesn't run nothing. Watch this. Bam! He attacks, and they have to fight, and then it happens. Stuff happens. The sea split. You were lucky. Now I attack. You weren't lucky. Karcha. Kar. Mikre. There's chance. It's luck. God does not control our lives. The gematria of Amalek is 240. 240 is the gematria of Safek. It's also 240. That's Amalek. Safek, we doubt. We don't know what is really right and what is really wrong and who runs the world and my money runs the world and HaKadosh Baruch Hu runs the world. HaKadosh Baruch Hu does run the world, but if I had money, I can run it better with him, without, right? Safek, doubt, nikra. And many, many years ago, I lived in Eretz Yisrael still. So just this time of year, I was waiting in Yerushalayim and waiting to take a haircut. And I'm sitting waiting in the haircut, and a fellow comes in. He says, Dad, you know, I said, sure, everybody knows that, 240. He goes, ma'od. I said, Safek, right? If you know that, 240. He goes, yafeh, ma'od. I said, okay, I don't know, ma'od. He said, mas hachnasa, income tax, is also 240. I said, okay, that's good. And he said, I said, ma'od. I said, okay, no, I give up. What else? He goes, Dalet vav lamid resh, dollar, is 240. Dollar is also Amalek. What's 240? 2 plus 4 is 6, my friends. What's the number 6? 6 are the 6 days of the week. Sheshet Yemei Ma'aseh, with no kedusha, with no value, with no goals, with I'm running the world, no Shabbat, no God, no brachot, no Torah, no nothing. 6 days of the week, the material world, and we control it all. That's number 6. The Jewish people are number 7. Shabbat is number 7. On Shabbat, we eat food, and we wear clothes, and we sit with our family, and it's the same material world, but there's Kedusha, and it is Shabbat Kodesh. What's Shabbat Kodesh? We drink wine. We eat food. We're with people. We call that Kodesh. What's the only mitzvah non-Jews cannot keep? What's the only mitzvah Goy can't do? Shabbat. He can wear tefillin, he can shake a lulav. If he enjoys matzah, he can eat matzah. He can't keep Shabbat. The concept of being kadosh in the material world, that's number 7. That's us. And Shabbat is number 7. What do you mean Shabbat is number 7? Of course Shabbat is number 7. How do we start Shabbat? We light Hadlakat Nechot. Meir. Nun is 50, Reish is 200, 250, 2 plus 5 is 7. After Hadlakat Nechot, you make Kiddush on Yayin. Yud, Yud, Nun. 10 and 10 is 20, plus Nun is 50, that's 70. After Kiddush and Yayin, what do? You make a Motzei Challah. Chet, Lamed, Hey. Chet is 8, Lamed is 30, that's 38, plus Hey is 5, 38 and 5 is 43, 3 plus 4 is 7. After, now, I don't know what you guys eat, but I just tell you what I eat, okay? Right? After the Challah, we have fish. Basav Dagim Chol Matamim. Dal. Dalet is 4, Gimel is 3, 3 plus 4 is 7. After the fish, you have soup, marak. Men is 40, Reish is 200, Kuf is 300, is another 100. Men, Reish, Kuf, 340, 3 plus 4 is 7. Basar v'dagim v'chol matamim. After the marak, you have basar. Bais is 2, Shin is 300, Reish is 200, 502. 2 plus 5 is 7. Chod nor Tufina, neither of them work, okay? Shabbat is number 7. Somebody did say that Kugel is something. Yes, yeah, one of my students. Yes.
I was a hot paper.
You have to figure it out, see what you can do. Shabbat is number 7. 7 is Kedusha in the work week. Sheshet Yamin Ta'avot, 6 days we work, and it's Chol. for us, Kedusha, Shabbat is number 7. Adar, the month of Adar, Aleph, Dalet, Resh, 1 plus 4 is 5, Resh is 200, 205, 2 plus 5 is 7. That's Kedusha. That's not Nikra. That's not he peeled poor. That's HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the world and runs the show. And Shabbat we stop working because HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the one who really runs things. Yes, we need to do our Hishtadlut. We have to make an effort. We can't sit in the corner and twiddle our thumbs and say, no, HaKadosh Baruch Hu send money. And I can't sit and eat and drink and smoke and everything else and say, no, make me healthy. So I exercise and I eat properly. Absolutely. HaKadosh Baruch Hu could do man from heaven. He could do anything. But we have to do what we have to do. But we do it on the 6 days of the week, waiting for number 7, waiting for Shabbat, Shabbat Kodesh. Because for us the material world is Kodesh. We make Kiddush on wine. And when we get married, we marry our wives, and it's called Kiddushin. Wine and women. That's Kedusha. Not like the non-Jewish world, the celibate fellow on the mountaintop. That's hard to do. But that's the opposite of Nikra. That's the opposite of poor. What was the Eitz Hada'at? The Eitz Hada'at was a struggle to try and understand what is really correct and what is really not correct. When we're safek, when we're in doubt, when we're not clear, we don't know what's mitzvah and what's an aveirah. We have to get so drunk on Purim that we don't know the difference between Baruch Mordechai and Arur Haman. Between Baruch Mordechai and Arur Haman. The gematria of Baruch Mordechai is 502. 5 plus 2 is 7. The gematria of Arur Haman is 502. 5 plus 2 is 7. We don't know what's the mitzvah. We don't know what's an aveirah. We think we're doing the right thing and we don't know. We're so confused. We are the generation of number 6. The world is going to exist for 6,000 years, and the 7,000th is Yemot Mashiach, as we know. Unless he comes really, he can come in any day. But if not, Sheshet Yemei Maseh, 7th day is Shabbat, 6,000 years, 7th year, 7,000th is the year of Mashiach. We're at the end of the 6,000 years. We are Ikvasad the Mashiach. And we're the Safek. We're number 6. We have a material world which we've never had before. And our tefillin have never been more square, and our talitot don't fall. We have kosher parv bacon bits, and you can go away for Pesach, and you can have Chalav Yisrael, and you can have Hasidic Shechita, and you can have Mickey Mouse, all at the same Pesach thing. And we don't know when we're doing mitzvot, and we don't know when we're just putting on a costume and we're fooling people. And we don't know when we're just doing a hishtadlus and we're doing a veirot and I'm making my money, and is it honest? Be'erech, sort of. I don't know what's be'erech, sort of. Is it honest or it's not? Well, you know, so, he will understand. Right, you spoke to him, you asked him. He has a representative here, ask him. He has a representative, ask him. And he'll tell you if he will understand or not. Povisham, yes and no, we dive in, and Tfilot, put our CD down, go into the car, get onto our computer, the CD is in the garbage can. Come back the next morning, Tfilot! How do we do that? Arur Haman, 7. Baruch Mordechai, 7. We're number 6, we're Safek. And HaKadosh Baruch is the one who runs the show. Listen to the Ramban. Says the Ramban in Chumash Shmot, Min hanisim hagadolim hamafursamim shel Yitziat Mitzrayim, from the famous open, clear miracles of Yitziat Mitzrayim. You know what we learn from that? Adam modeh b'nisim nistarim. From that you will learn to understand and to realize the hidden miracles. Shehem, the hidden miracles. Yesod haTorah kula. That's the foundation of the Torah. The the miracle that you wake up in the morning, the miracle that the sun rises, the miracle that the flowers bloom, those miracles, the miracle that a mere 50, 60 years after 6 million Jews were killed, we're sitting here and learning Torah. The hidden miracle. That's the Yesod HaTorah. She'ein Adam Chelek B'Torat Moshe Rabbeinu. You have no portion or connection to the Torah of Moshe Rabbeinu ad shena'amin, until we believe b'chol dvareinu u'mikrenu, that everything that happens to us, kulam nisim, it's all nisim. Ein b'hem teva. There is no nature. It happens. That's the way it goes. Skachad, just stuff happens. Ein b'hem teva u'minago shel olam. Bein b'rabim, whether in the community, bein b'yachid, an individual. Elam yaseh mitzvot, you do mitzvot, yatzlich el schrago, he'll be rewarded. Yavor alayim, yachmitenu ansho. Kol zerat el yom. And that's the hard thing that we have to see. And that's our generation. That's our struggle. That's our goal. We are number 6. What's the final battle? The Yemot HaMashiach? Gog u'Magog. Says Shimshon Raphael Hirsch. What's Gog u'Magog? From the word Gog. Because society will believe that God, I have a roof over my head. I control my destiny. I don't have to worry about a Kadosh Baruch Hu. I have science. I have technology. I have money. We're in control. We can control everything. We can make it rain, and we can make it stop to rain, and we can make sure people have babies and not have. We can do anything. Gog, Gog u'Magog. And that's our generation. And the more powerful science becomes, and the more powerful money becomes, and the more hidden Kedusha comes. And the final battle will realize that we have no God. Because Baruch Hu sends a sign. You have a God? Hurricane Sandy. You have a God? Snowstorm. Do we get it? Do we see the hidden miracles? Eitz Hada'at. It was the same chait. It was a chait of not understanding. It was a chait of not seeing the truth. Adam and Chava didn't see, didn't understand. Kodesh Baruch Hu gave them mitzvah, they didn't hear it, they didn't see it. They were smarter than a Kodesh Baruch Hu. Haman, there's no a Kodesh Baruch Hu. Didn't hear it, didn't see it. Purim, because we have so many poors. Every day of our life it's a poor. Our car doesn't start, it happens. Business, it happens. Stock went down, happens. Doesn't happen. There's no poor. That's the Hesper. And that, my friends, is why the final days that we live in are called Ikvita de Mashiach. Right? The footsteps of Mashiach. Like Ikvita, Ekev, heel, or not Raklei Mashiach. What is your Ekev? Your Ekev is your heel. That's the most hardened, callous part of your foot. You don't feel anything in your heel because you step on it so much, it's hard. It's hard skin. You don't feel. Ikvita de Mashiach, we've lost our sensitivity. We've lost our feeling. We do it. We have our kippah. We have our siddur. We have our lulav. We give our tzedakah. We're doing it. We buy a beautiful etrog. It's wonderful. But we don't feel. We don't smell. We don't feel it. We do it, but Kedusha is so hidden from us. And that's our generation. That's our struggle. So what do? Well, we have to end with a story. Oh, classes end with a story. So we have to end with a story and one suggestion. And here's our story. There was a fellow who, he was always pretty careful about davening tefillah b'tzibur. He was good at it, but lo aleinu, his father passed away, and he had to say Kaddish, and therefore he really wanted to make sure that he did not miss a Kaddish. And he was a business person. He traveled a lot. But Baruch Hashem, he was comfortable, and he could afford to arrange his trips when he wanted to. So his secretary knew to arrange all his flights. Shachrit is not hard. In Mariv, in many cities you can find a late Mariv. Mincha, of course, is always the tricky part. Right? So he always tried to arrange his travel, and he said he'd always manage to find a Mincha. See, he was flying from Miami to New York, so his secretary made a flight early enough in the day that he should land in New York and have plenty of time to find Mincha. Right? Even if it's delayed, he made an early flight. It should not be able to get to New York. Baruch Hashem in New York, plenty of Binyamin. He'll get off the plane and he'll be able to find a Mincha somewhere. He's sitting on the plane in Miami, they're waiting to get on the plane. Delayed. Okay, of course, delayed. So what's happening? Take you off, go over. No, sir. Listen, I gotta say my prayer. I said, I gotta get out of here. He said, well, you can't get off the plane. You know, you can't get off the plane. So what's he gonna do? So he figures this is a flight from Miami to New York. You would think it's not going to be hard to find a minyan of Jews on Miami to New York. So he looks around. There's a guy with a kippah. He says, Mincha, my father, I say Kaddish. He said, sure, good idea. Listen, look, I have a kippah. Mincha. I said, you have to say Kaddish. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5. I said, what's your pride? I say Kaddish. My father, well, I'm Jewish. I'm sort of Jewish. He said, how sort of Jewish? I'm half Jewish. He goes, which half? My mother. That's the right half. That's good. You're in. I don't know it. That's fine. I am a little Jewish. I don't really know, and I'm not religious. I don't know what to do. You don't have to do anything. But just stand there. You got to say amen. When do I say amen? I'll tell you when to say amen. Just stand there. Right? He's number 7. He's number 8. He's number 9. And 9. It's getting late. So he's walking up and down looking, and people know the man is saying prayers, father died, minyan, Jews, da-da-da. Right? And the guy says, well, they said, you see, there's a guy like putting his head down, and he goes, are you Jewish? Well, not really. He goes, well, how not really? He goes, well, I mean, my mother's Jewish, but I don't believe in anything, and I don't do this, and it'd be hypocritical, and how can I do that? I think it's stupid, listen, just do me a favor. What are you? Just stand there. Does it bother you? Do me a favor. You think I'm crazy. I'm crazy. I'm a nut. Do me a favor. Just stand there. What does it bother? It doesn't cost you anything. What do you do? Just say amen. Say amen. Don't say amen. Just stand there. He says, okay, fine. The Jew says, listen, you better hurry up. We're going to take off soon. The guy gets up. He has his minyan. He says, Kaddish, amen. Sits down, and he did it. Down with the minyan. He said Kaddish. Unbelievable. The whole plane is so happy for him. Plane lands in New York. And you know what happened the next morning? Absolutely nothing. The man who joined the minyan did not become religious. He did not find out that his great-great-grandfather was the Baba Sali. No one there discovered a cure for cancer. No one found a shidduch. Nothing happened. That's not the way they found in the books, do they? Our generation wants stories. We press a button, we have the information. We want it now. Do you know how long a person spends on a website to decide whether he should stay there or not? How much time do people, if you design a web page, how much time do you have when a person clicks on, how long do you have till he says, no, forget it, and they move on? 10 seconds. 10 seconds. If in 10 seconds all my questions are not solved, I'll go to another one. Eep. I said it's Tefillah. 10, 9, 8, 7. What? Where's the answer? When I push the button on my computer, I Google a question. A few seconds, my answer is there. I said a pair of Tefillin. Where's my money? I daven mincha. What's going on? The download time from Shemayim is not as fast as we're used to. And everybody wants to be a story in a book. If my life is not something that can be written up in a book or be in a speech by Pesach Crow, then it's not for them. And that's not the way real life is, my friends. Hester Panim. We're the generation of number 6. We don't see the hashgacha. Maybe that's why Kadosh Baruch Hu had to make so many stories. And there are stories. But the trick, the nisayon of Ikvetad and Mashiach, the nisayon of battling Nikred, Amalek, is to believe that when you wake up in the morning, wow, it's a miracle. It goes in the book. You can breathe, you can move your fingers. It's a miracle. Write it in the book. We have to get used to doing the right thing because it's the right thing. And how do we do that? You have the answer right here in this room. The Chet of Adam and Chava was the Eitz Hada'at. Haman was hung on the Eitz Hada'at. And when Mashiach will come, it says, Umalah ha'aretz deya et Hashem. The world will be full of the knowledge of Hashem. The answer to mikra, the answer to safek, the answers to doubt, the answer to number 6 is knowledge, learning. Ha'ma'or sheba, the light of the Torah, takes away the dark. And you have it right here in this room. You have Shi'arim. You have unbelievable programs. I was reading there. Unreal. Unreal. What's going on here? Crazy stuff. Who would have thought? I'm too busy. Couldn't make it. What are you going to answer in Shammai? Is the program going on at 10 o'clock in the morning at your business? Or is it going on, but it's still cold outside and it's Shabbat and I really want to sleep and the speaker, I've heard it once before and and it cost, $25 and that. And it's right here. You don't have to take an airplane. You're not in the middle of Siberia. You're not stuck in Iran somewhere where you're not allowed to learn Torah. You're in a place where it's right here, your language, accessible, beautiful Kollel, a wonderful Rosh Kollel. It's right here for you. That's very scary because you're running out of excuses. The world will be full of De'at Hashem. You want to have no safek. You want to be proud of who you are. You want to have a connection to Kedusha in this very dark, dark world. Open up a sefer. Listen to a shiur. Come and learn Torah. That will bring the light that we need. And then we'll be zocher really to the time when Mashiach will come. Umalah ha'aretz de'at Hashem. We'll all have knowledge. Thank you very much.
Why is it called Purim?
Purim, because that was the safek. Haman believed in nikra and chance.
Yeah, well, what's
because we have
plural?
we have doubts all the time. Everything that happens in our lives we think it's all chances. It's not just his chance, it's our chance. The stock of going down is a chance, and I got sick with chance. Good? God bless you.